The thing about a generational curse breaker is they are not here for comfort. They come with a truth that is like a sword, because they see patterns and they understand how energy is contained within patterns of thinking, patterns of actions, and patterns of emotions. All patterns congest energy. So a generational curse breaker, he is or she is intent on annihilating patterns. They say, I love you. A generational curse breaker will tell you, I love you, but will not wait for you to tell them, I love you back, because they cannot, for a feedback loop. They give without wondering whether you will also give back. A generational curse breaker is only focused on elevating a bloodline into royalty. And this means energy must always flow. Now, society, the community, the people around them will always be unsettled if they wear masks, if they think or move within a certain paradigm. They will always dislike generational curse breakers, simply because such authenticity, it cannot be described, it cannot be defined. You do not understand the natural spontaneity. It doesn't mean they are arrogant or rude. It just means they are always present, completely present. They don't speak out of habit. They don't speak from a place where they have to rehearse something first. Their truth is natural. They are fully awake. They know how past thinking has limiting effects. So you cannot even say they have a personality. They do not support a specific team, period. They love the sport. They love all sports. They do not have specific hobbies because they can do anything. They don't limit themselves to this is to be done on a Tuesday and only that is to be done on a Thursday. They don't look at days as if it has meaning, because every day is today and it is the eternal now. A generational curse breaker truly put to rest the version of themselves that think you have to sound a specific way. They don't need validation. They don't need someone to tell them they are right or wrong. They just have to be present. When it comes to their skills, or whether it be poetic or like labor, or they can do anything simply because they have never limited themselves to anything specific, but they also know how to be in their divine receptivity, to fully exhibit their feminine principle of magnetism. Now, feminine energy is not female. It is receptivity, whereas masculine is intuitive action or inspired action. They know how to generate opportunities. They also know how to sit back and receive it. So a generational curse breaker has no specific way of doing things. They are not limited to ordinary thinking of people. They do not recite other people's motivational quotes. They do not speak from a place where you can hear it is mimicry. They do not follow even programs on TV. They cannot follow them because they don't have a mental state. So they don't need something to confine them to a specific pattern of cycles. They don't have to follow anything. Sometimes they watch movies. Sometimes they don't like movies. They are spontaneity personified. So automatically any person will dislike them who are confined to a specific way of thinking. Family dynamics, they will disrupt it, because energy attracts abundance when it is free flowing, when it is not confined to a specific way of doing things. They transcend culture, they transcend tradition, and this obviously stirs consternation amongst people. A generational curse breaker cannot even see different races. They do not know this is black or white. They only see essence. They respond to essence. They vibrate at a frequency that really attracts people who are spontaneous, people who do not lean on the opinions of other people. People pleasing is something that they find repugnant, actually, because it is like it keeps you from being your authentic self. Your highest version will never negotiate infinite intelligence simply because you feel you are right. So when you meet someone who has transcended cycles, you will never find them in a company of people who try to fit in, who try to look a specific way, who do things for social media likes, who go and check if how many people viewed their post, or they are not that kind of people. They exhibit a freedom that is undefinable, ineffable. They are in alignment with their own divinity, with their own innate truth. They know they have a way to go in finding out their exact position in the cosmic scheme of things. Not only this reality of this life of 80 years, but who they were before they were born, beyond death, because they have this inner knowingness that life transcends the current linear time. A generational curse breaker is pure presence. They cannot fall into thoughts, so they know how to listen. That's why children love them. They know how to listen without distortion, without judgment. They know how to look at people without thinking this one is tall, this one is yellow, this one is white, this one is... Because they see and sense intelligence. People either gravitate towards them if they themselves are authentic, or they get removed from their field of energy if they wear masks. So people who do not like them are people pleasers, or are people who enjoys validation. They like the applauding of people. So sometimes when you find people that many of us, even in our evolution, even when we are good to people, we want that worship. We want people to praise us. We want people to clap hands for us because we are good. Generational curse breakers have transcended that. They don't help people to exercise some form of control. They assist people into their own freedom, into their own divinity. They help people into their own divine nature and ability to manifest abundantly for themselves. So they don't spoon feed people. They give techniques, they give assistance and say this way or that way. They give advice, but they will never tolerate people trying to exercise control over others, people trying to dominate others, people trying to negate the worth of others, because they themselves come from that place where they were the black sheep, where they were not chosen, where people underestimated them, where people thought they were not good enough, where people rejected them because they wanted to please other people or family members. They know all of that. And with that comes pristine clarity. They forgive people effortlessly because they understand how energy works. They don't hold grudges. There's no resentment. They forgive according to genuineness, not to achieve something or not to make someone feel that they can just do as they please, but to invoke and to activate them also into their own awakening. To transcend generational cycles is it is like the outrolling of a scroll. It is prophecy unfolding. It is your soul, awakening your soul tribe beyond this physical reality. Generational curse breakers don't come to play. They are transcendence personified, if it can be said, because transcendence means there's no personality. They are beyond that. This is called exquisite clarity. Wow. What more can we say about someone who transcends cycles and patterns of thought?